I'd love to fight minimum 2 to 3 times a year. Um,
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing fine and fantastic. I'm Joshua Ben Joseph, and we at Essentially Sports is delighted to have with us Martin Nguyen. Martin is currently signed to one championship, and I must say he has taken the featherweight division by storm. Not just that, he is also the organization's first two-division champion, having won both the featherweight and lightweight titles. Martin, truly an honor. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us.
Wow, it's a pleasure, Josh. Thank you for having me. What a gas up. What a
I mean, you deserve that intro, though. You actually do deserve that intro. Seriously.
Thank you,
Yeah. So, have you been? How's life treating you, though?
Life's been well, man. I've got to do my second camp now at home. I'm obviously missed the crew, but everything's been well. I've got to spend more time with the family. Turn up to family events and be there for my kids and their events as well. So it's been a blessing.
That's amazing. Oh, speaking of camp, actually, you're fighting in a week, right? And this is barely 6 months after your previous fight against Kirill Gorovets. So has it been stressful, like fighting in such rapid succession?
I wouldn't say that's rapid succession. I would like turnaround times like every 3 months if I could. But it was just they just had the one championship, just had like a break at the time. So now we're back full guns ahead. They got this new Amazon Prime deal. So everything's ramping up again, and we've got the holiday season out of us and back to work now. So
yeah, I mean that's what Mike Tyson said, right? He would rather fight 4 times a year and stuff like that. So
yeah, man, I'd love to fight minimum 2 to 3 times a year. Just pushing my body and beyond its limits until it says no more.
So talking about your upcoming fight, your upcoming opponent, Ilya Freeman, he is a far younger fighter, right? And from what I've seen of his matches, he's got a pretty unique style. So have you tweaked your training in some way, or is it like, are you doing something in, like, I mean, you don't have to reveal the secrets, but anything in particular that you're doing for this fight, though?
Obviously, in terms of striking what he's good at, we're working well and we're working tirelessly to be on point and make sure I'm on point when it comes to that department. But nonetheless, we've been working a lot on our grappling as well as where he's weak at. But yeah, I don't go into a fight with a game plan. I just like to fight, take it as it comes, and just feel it out and see how he feels in there. Obviously, be his first fight in the promotion, so we'll see what happens, man. Like we'll see where it goes, and this is why we prepare for everything and be ready.
And speaking of fights, though, I mean, your last fight had like a really sensational finish. I mean, like I saw the multiple body and head shots and stuff like that. So can we see a repeat of the same in this fight as well, or is it going to be far more spectacular?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, I would want to, and I would say that I want to put on the best performance of my life. Whether that happens or not, we never know. Like, obviously, I'm going to go in there and give it my best and take it as it comes.
That is awesome. And another thing that I really liked about your previous fight against Gorovets was the respect that you had for your opponent, especially when you actually took the time to talk to him after the fight, and you also like draped the Ukrainian flag around him. So how important is mutual respect and camaraderie in the sport of MMA?
Respect is always a must when it comes to this sport. You don't know the guy. Like, people always like the thing that all fighters say, and I was a part of that genre too, where it's like, oh, I want to kill this guy. I really want to hurt this guy. I want to do this to him. I don't know the guy to bar of soap. It's just another guy that I'm testing my skills against. So I'm past that like stage where all that talk, and it comes more with experience, I guess. But I don't know the guy. I don't like him, and I don't hate him. It's just another bout that I'm going in there and just taking care of business, and I'm sure he's feeling the same way as well.
That is true. Yeah. So I mean, do you feel like you would have matured as a fighter from your first fight up until now? I mean, like
Definitely matured much more as a fighter. You know, my losses have made me take a step back and realize what I did wrong. So, and just moving forward, you know, spending more time with the family, becoming wiser, having a new team, and not a new team, but just having the right people around me and guiding me in the right directions has been a plus. So.
That is awesome. Yeah, that is true. So if I'm not wrong, you picked up martial arts at the age of 21, right? Which
I
is
did.
considered, yeah, which is considered pretty late for a person who was into martial arts. I mean, what motivated you to actually, pick up martial arts at that age, though?
So I was playing rugby at the time, and you know, I gained too much weight when I hung the boots, and so that's the only reason why I started was because I was overweight. I was roughly around in kilos wise 86 kilos after I got married, and I'm a pretty short guy, so and I was kind of stumpy. But yeah, just picking up martial arts is not only helped me through life, but obviously physical state as well. So I'm grateful.
That's interesting, actually. You picked up martial arts to lose weight, and now you're like one of the best fighters in the featherweight division. I mean, it's quite a journey.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so, like I said, you've done tremendously well against your opponents. This is taking into fact that a lot of your opponents have trained in martial arts ever since they were children. So, I mean, have you faced any challenges, being somebody who picked up martial arts at a later age, though?
I think picking it up at a later age, I was a bit more mature into what worked and what didn't work, and I was able to listen to my instructors much more instead of having that carefree young, I do whatever I want. But in saying that, yeah, I did pick it up relatively too late. I know people who picked it up later than me, but I did pick it up relatively late. But I was more wiser to just take on any challenges that are being put in front of me, and just the competitive natureness of the sport is what I was used to anyway when I played rugby. So it worked hand in hand.
That's nice. So I think one of the biggest highlights of your career so far was your featherweight title win in 2017, right? Yeah, and what I found really touching about that was more than the victory itself, was when you dedicated the fight and the victory to your late father. How much of an impact did he have in your life and in your training and your current career as such?
Definitely, man. Like it's just, some people don't know what they have until it's gone, and what my father had done for our family, and like obviously I wish he'd been around just a tiny bit longer for me to tell him how much we appreciated it, right? But I kind of having a young family myself, and going through the trials and tribulations of raising this family, and then you think back like, oh man, this is what my dad did, and this is what my parents did as a team, and this is what they used to do. My mum used to. This is why she used to say this at these times, and like all that starts to click, and you kind of start to appreciate it much more. But yeah, that at that time I had just lost my father just prior in that, and he was at my other title fight as well when I had won my first Australian title, and I got to show him that belt, and I was like, I'm gonna win the world title soon, and then just unfortunately couldn't be there, but yeah.
I think I heard one of the interviews where you said, I think after your first title win, your father actually asked you, I mean, now that you have the belt, are you trying something new, or are you going to continue doing this as a career as such, right?
I'll never forget that conversation, because he was with my son, and I came into his room and he was lying there, and I brought the belt in, and I was like, look what I won on the weekend. And he goes, okay, now that you got the belt, let's hang out the boots. You don't need to fight no more. He wasn't really a fan of fighting. I guess any parent wouldn't be a fan of fighting, because you don't want to see your own blood, your own family getting hurt. And I think that's just the normal nature of every parent in general. And so, when he said that, I was like, yeah, I just got a contract to fight overseas now, so that ain't happening anytime soon.
Maybe he might not have been happy with you fighting, but I think right now he's really proud of what you've achieved in life. I'm pretty sure he's really, really proud of what you've done so far in life, though.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, talking about your childhood, I mean, we've all heard stories of how, immigrant parents go through countless sacrifices, and especially taking into the fact that they put their blood, sweat, and tears into making sure that their children have a better future. So, how is life like, growing up in Australia as a child of immigrant parents, though?
Man, Australia is the best country on earth. I've been to other countries all around the world, and it's just the culture and everything like that. I think it's like it's something that I've just obviously become accustomed to, and you don't realize what you have in Australia until you start going out to other countries and realize that we have it all here. Like, where a lot of people complaining about living here and doing this and doing that. I mean, go live somewhere else. Then Australia is the best country ever. So I'm always happy no matter what.
So what are your favorite things to do in Australia? I mean, there's lots of things to do. I mean, do you like going to the outback, or is it more like the beaches or the city or stuff?
I'm more of a beach guy, city guy. My wife loves to explore bush walks and all that, and she's obviously it's on the bucket list to take it to the outback and all that. So I'm not like a camping type of guy where camper. I like to be nice, tucked in my hotel room or motel or whatever it is. She likes to explore, the natureness of the beauty of Australia. But I'm not like, man, if a bug flies on me, I'm flying away. I'm running away.
I totally agree with you on that, because I don't like leaving the city. I mean, my friends will like, let's go on a trek. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll be going through a forest. I'm like, no, I'm not coming, bro. Let's rather get on an escalator and go somewhere.
Right. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, talking about your father and your parenthood. I mean, now that you stepped into parenthood yourself, how have your parents actually molded you into the father you are, though?
There's a lot of trials and tribulations, man. It's not all birds and bees. There's a lot of hiccups along the way, and you learn as you go. I mean, I got 3 of them now, so. Comparing my first one to now having the third one, and going through life with them, I feel that I've obviously become more mature, and I have the right head of the family, my wife, with me. Man, she's the rock of the family. It's her way or no way at all.
True. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure your kids would always win that argument. My dad's stronger than your dad. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, not everybody can boast this stuff like, my dad's a fighter and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's always the case. And then you have son's friends come over and you're like, oh, wow, your dad's a fighter. And, oh, look, your dad's video popped up on my timeline, and all those talks. And my kids are always like, oh, yeah, that's how that.
That is amazing. And, yeah, speaking of your kids, though, have any of them shown any inclination towards picking up martial arts, though?
My son is doing jiu-jitsu at the moment. He comes twice a week with me. He's learning his way of life, and he's exploring what he likes and all that. And my daughter, she's obviously very athletic and very talented. So she's just right now she's made state competition for athletics. So she's racing to be one of the fastest in the state. So she's got that, and your youngest daughter, she's doing gymnastics. It's all over the place. They're just learning what they like, and they're doing what they like, and I'm more than happy with it.
Yeah, that's pretty rare, I mean, to have kids who are very athletically inclined, because right. And so now that you're training for a fight, you said you got to spend more time with your family during this training camp. So how has do you miss spending a lot of time with your family, especially when you're training for a fight? I mean, because I know it's going to be really hard, right? So
yeah, I definitely miss my team over in America, but the training partners are second to none when it comes to comparing it over there. So can you stop, please? Stop. She's running around with the dog. Okay, can you take it to the room? Sorry, that's my family.
That's absolutely no problem.
Sorry, what was the question again? Sorry, my bad.
No, I was like, I mean, for this training camp, you do get to spend time with your family, but I'm sure the other training camps, you don't get to spend time with your family as much. So
Yeah.
Do you wish that they were there along with you in the training camp as such?
So what I was saying, I do miss the guys over in America by far. The training when it comes to here, the training partners, obviously they're much more professional and that's their full-time job. Where in opposed to in Australia, there's some guys that I train with, it's like it's not their full-time job, and you know we have to work around their time to help me out. Which nonetheless, never a problem. I just work it and I work with it and go with the flow. But you know, having my family around, being able to put my head down at night and knowing that my kids are going to sleep, I've tucked them in, and you know the house is locked up and everything's all safe. It's just a second nature, man. It's just the best feeling.
Yeah, and I think you've also like developed this brotherhood with your team, right? I mean, especially the team that you train with in America. So
yeah, it's always good. I mean, they always message me as well, so it's not like because I'm not training there, I don't talk to them. They always message me, and we always catch up. And the guys that I train with here as well, it's the same brotherhood. Where whenever they're there for me, it's always they look after me and I look after them. It's pretty cool.
That is amazing. And the last time I checked, I think Tang Kai is the current featherweight title holder. So can we see a title quest anytime soon? I mean, can we see you fight for the title anytime soon?
I would love that fight. I'd love for that fight. It's just I have a task in front of me at the moment that I have to accomplish first. I feel that if I beat Ilya Freemanov pretty decisively, and shouldn't be denied a title shot against Tenkai of next year. So,
and I'm sure a lot of your fans are actually looking forward to the fight. So, do you have any message for your fans in closing? Do you have any message for your fans who are actually looking forward to seeing you fight?
Man, I have the best fans in the world. I constantly and tirelessly get messages from them and always encouraging me. I read every single one of them. The guys that have supported me through the highs and obviously the lows, and have stuck around as well. That's the difference. There's a lot of people that it comes second nature just to move on after they lose, and yeah, he's done and whatever. But I have some dedicated fans that have followed me through and have guided me and obviously supported me throughout the lows. So now that I've come back on a high, I know the faces, I know the names, and all those people that have been with us.
I mean, it's actually pretty rare that an athlete remembers the names of at least a few of his fans or even their faces. I mean, that is actually something that's very rare, right? I mean,
of course.
Yeah. So thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us. It's truly been an honor. I'm personally looking forward to your fight. And yes, please don't forget to tune in on the 30th of September. It's also available on Amazon Prime. So thank you so much, Martin. It's truly been an honor to talk to you.
Appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too, brother. Thank you. Bye-bye.